Dr. Satish Ubade, our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Aishwarya Patil, distinguished faculty members, and the students of Matrix. Dear students, Matrix is dedicated to elevating the management competencies of MBA graduates by imparting contemporary knowledge and emphasizing the latest developments in the field of management. In pursuit of this vision, our director, Professor Dr. Satish Ubade, has launched the Fourth Dimension lecture series, a unique initiative that invites renowned experts from various academic and industry domains to share their insights, thereby enriching student learning and employability. Today, we are privileged to host our guest of honor, Dr. Aishwarya Patil. She is an associate professor at Deccan Education Society, Pune University, and the founder director of Astral Education Limited, a dynamic startup headquarters in Belfast, United Kingdom, and endorsed by Queen's University, Belfast. Her venture, Astral Education Limited, was honored as the Global Startup of the Year for Northern Ireland, recognizing its significant impact on educational innovation and entrepreneurship. Dr. Patil holds a bachelor degree in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering from COEP, Pune, and a PhD in Management from Queen's University, Belfast. She brings more than 15 years of diverse experience across industry and academia, where she earned a reputation as a visionary leader, renowned keynote speaker, and accomplished research scholar with specialization in innovation, entrepreneurship, and women's empowerment. Her commitment to collaboration extends internationally, fostering impactful projects that integrated technology, education, and social change. Today, Dr. Patil will share her extensive expertise in empowering students and inspiring entrepreneurs, emphasizing the transformative role of research and innovation in shaping future leaders. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I request to all students to turn on their cameras as we will be capturing a group photograph for attendance purpose. Mohit sir.
Done, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Mohit sir. And once again, a heartfelt welcome to Dr. Aishwarya
Thank you,
Patil.
sir.
Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind introduction, sir. A very good morning to all the students who are eagerly waiting for my insights into entrepreneurship, startup ecosystem, and innovation. So I'm really glad to be interacting with you, dear students. And I really thank the organizing committee as well as director of Matrix Education, Management Education, for giving me an opportunity to interact with the students on this very vital subject that Indian government also focuses on right now. So thank you very much once again. And let me begin by saying, dear students, that every breakthrough starts with the bold belief that today's ideas can shape tomorrow's world. Entrepreneurship is not just about startups. It is about igniting change, daring to dream bigger, and inspiring others to join the journey. With this particular tuning, I would like to begin, to really tell you that Indian government right now, because I need to give you some insights into what government schemes are. Indian government currently, never before, is supporting startups, innovations in a big way. There are several funding seed funding schemes for Startup India. And, they are bringing in expertise, technologies, mentoring, all that you require to ignite that change I was referring to in the beginning. And, let this be an interactive session. So, let me share my slides. I don't believe in presentations, but this is a requirement of online presentations. Had I been at your institution delivering face-to-face session, then I wouldn't have used the slides. Instead of that, I would have mingled amongst you and we would have interacted in the most better way. But, let it be. Nevertheless, we should embark on the journey wherein I would give you practical insights into how to really get your idea start going. So let me share and let me ask you questions. You can unmute yourself and give me the answers. This is discussion. I'm not going to judge you whether you are right or wrong. This is discussion among equals. I'm going to learn from you and you are going to learn from me. Is that all right? Are you with me, guys? Are you with me?
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
raise your
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me share the screen. Okay. All right. All right. Is it visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as we start, okay, this is my subject. Now, my first question is, what do you mean by entrepreneurship? Or what do you mean by starting a venture? Or what do you understand by a startup? Yes. See, there is no right or wrong answer here because entrepreneurship is really a very subjective term. It's not objective. It depends on person how he or she thinks. Yes, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Ashwini, you want to say something about it? Okay, I'll tell you a story. You must have known this also, but let me tell you. In a village, there lived 6 blind men, and the villagers wanted to play a prank with these blind men. And what they do, they bring a big elephant into the village and, support the blind men and bring them near the elephant, and they position the blind men near different places around the elephant. Now, they asked the first blind man, what is it? The gift that we are giving you, what is it? The first blind man says, it is a fan. The second blind man then says, are you kidding me? This is not a fan. This is a snake. The third laughs louder and says, a snake? No, this is a sword. Then the fourth one says, you guys are kidding me. You are jokers. This is a big wall. The fifth one says, come on, it's not a wall, it's a pillar. It's a big pillar. And the sixth one literally rolls in laughter and says, what big names are you taking? It's just a tiny little rope, you know? So these are 6 blind men who perceive elephant differently. The one who says that it is a fan is actually holding the ears of the elephants, which look like fan. The other one who calls it a snake is already holding the trunk, of the snake. And then the third one who calls it a sword is holding the tooth of the elephant. The fourth one who says it is a wall is actually near the body of the elephant, which is big and looks like a wall. And then pillar is the leg of the elephant. And you know that the elephant is a big animal, but he has a very tiny tail, which is like a rope. Now, these are 6 blind men, my dear students, who perceive it differently. Entrepreneurship is like that elephant, Everybody has different perceptions about entrepreneurship. For some people, it might be starting, developing an idea and getting it into a big venture, yielding profits and all that. Some might feel it like, giving, it's kind of a giving employ employment to the people. For some, it might be uh, for a social cause or something like that. Many scholars have defined it in a different way, but let me tell you that there are no permanent answers to what is entrepreneurship. It is very dynamic, and it depends on the person, how that person is perceiving that entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not just starting a venture, but bringing entrepreneurial spirit into your work system also. Generating new ideas, thinking about new ideas and shaping the organizations in such a way that it embarks on a growth journey. So, it has twofold meaning. It is starting a venture as well as bringing in entrepreneurial spirit. And let me tell you, whether you are seeking to be self-employed or whether you are seeking employment, now organizations are preferring entrepreneurial mindset in their employees, sorry, not employers. So, okay, now at least, this I have explained to you. At least tell me, let this be interactive, dear students. That adds to the fun. Yeah, it's not necessary that you should one way listen. Gone are the days where conventional lectures used to be listened to. Now they no longer are relevant. So at least tell me, why do you, if at all you want to be an entrepreneur, or why do people want to be entrepreneurs? Yes, you can write in the chat if you don't want to answer. Yeah. Yes. Why there is a silence? Anyone, why do you want to become an entrepreneur? Yes. Yes, come on. Why people want to start a business? Yes. You are MBA students, you should have the answer.
Hey, hi, ma'am.
Yes, Vaibhav, yes.
So, putting an innovative idea to make a profit.
Yes, of course, for profit. That is the most obvious and very, very, very basic answer. Entrepreneurship, people start business or people become an entrepreneur to put their innovative idea into practice to earn profit. Yes, to earn profit. That is the bottom line of any business. Correct, Vaibhav. Thank you. And is there any other reason why people become an entrepreneur? Profit is the bottom line. That's correct. Can you think of any other reason? Okay, there is something in the chart. All right. Exploring. Okay, just a moment. Exploring idea knowledge for making money. Yeah, that's correct. That's what Vaibhav also said. So Ruchita, you are also right. Anyway, there are other dimensions to it also. For some people, making money, like for example, Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani embarked on his business because he wanted to make his company the biggest company of India. That is making money, yielding lot of profits. Okay. But, there is other dimension, like people do it for the sense of achievement. you know uh, People want to achieve. money making is basic in all categories. Remember this. Making money is basic in all categories or all dimensions of entrepreneurship, but the people who want to have a sense of achievement also embark on this journey. Like, for example, Jamshedji Tata, he wanted his goal was to make India a self-sustained country in terms of industrialization. So that was his sense of achievement, and without paying much focus on making money, he went after achieving something for the nation. At the same time, some people want independence also. They don't want 9 to 5 job, answering to your bosses, being responsible for certain things. They want to have their own independence. So for independence also, people become entrepreneurs. There are several reasons why people become entrepreneurs. But then when they decide that they wanted to embark on the journey of entrepreneurship, or they want to launch their startups, then let us try to understand, uh, what is startup ecosystem. Now, as you can see, it is interconnected organizations, people, resources supporting innovative ventures, right? So what is this? Organizations, people, and resources. Now, interconnected organizations like your organization and other organizations. Let us not talk about organizations. Let us talk about people and resources, which are very, very crucial for any startup ecosystem. Now, people comprise of experts, mentors, they comprise of venture capital investors, seed capital investors, and resources could be the entire resources that are required to set up. Now, let's say opening a salon, a beauty salon will have different ecosystem than opening a software development startup, So right from people who will be involved in opening of a salon and opening of a software development startup will be totally different. They have nothing in common. The venture capital that is needed for this will be different than needed for this. It could opening a salon could be in 50 lakhs if you want state of the art, initial seed capital 50 lakhs, but here it will be in crores and crores of rupees. So what happens is, developing this ecosystem, you will have to think what type of people you require. Let me tell you that mentors are essential for any startup ecosystem. Let me tell you that, sorry, excuse me, please. So, you know, mentors I was talking about, then I was talking about experts. Let me tell you that if you are starting your startup or getting into a business venture, let me tell you that you do not have all the expertise, and it is not expected that you invest your oil, burn your midnight oil in doing all the things that are necessary for a startup. Remember this, what happens, the mistakes that we all do when we start, I'm speaking from my own experience. So my startup, when I started my journey on developing my business plan, I was burning my midnight oil and doing everything by myself. Well, I had different challenges at that time, so I had to do this. But if you make a conscious effort of really working on your business plan, you understand that all things you cannot do alone. So you need people with expertise. You need financial experts in finance who would work on your financial projections very well. You need people from marketing and market research who would conduct a thorough market research and competitors analysis for you. And then you can position your idea into in such a way that it becomes scalable, it becomes doable. So these people are crucial in a startup ecosystem. There are mentors also. Every startup requires mentors. These can be your from your teachers, they can be from the industry, they can be from the fraternity who have overcome all the challenges and obstacles to start their business venture. So there are mentors everywhere. You can find these people in business events and the startup events, or the trade exhibitions and all that. So these people are important. Resources are important. Resources can be the raw material. If you have a manufacturing unit, raw material is required. Software development, you need all the systems in place. And all this collectively, people, resources, and supporting innovative ventures is called as startup ecosystem. So remember that embarking on journey of startup or entrepreneurship, never have this misunderstanding. Just because it is your baby, your idea is your baby, raising up, nurturing this baby is your sole responsibility. No, it is not like that. Don't burn your midnight oil. Save it for more innovative ideas. Save it for diversifying your business idea. Save it for new ventures, brilliant and bright ideas and innovation, rather than looking after operations, looking after, finance, looking after marketing, looking after all that is related to startup ecosystem. I hope you are understanding what am I saying. Are you? Or is it too fast for you? Yes,
No, ma'am, it's okay.
it's okay. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let us, I don't believe in giving you the theory of any startup. When you start to think that, okay, I don't want to be employed, I want to start my business and I have a brilliant idea. Let me tell you, all brilliant ideas don't translate into opportunities, but all opportunities are ideas. So don't think that I have a brilliant idea and it will be translating into opportunities. That doesn't happen. That needs a lot of thinking, understanding of the market, understanding your competitors, understanding each one's market share, and then putting you in your innovation into your pumping into your business idea that gives something different from your competitors. So, I want to give you the practicalities in startup, developing your startup, like what you need to do. There are 20 questions, my dear students, who which the answers to which will definitely not only encompass all the ecosystem of a startup, but it will motivate you to start thinking, okay, so these things are necessary for me to develop my idea or my startup plan, or shaping my idea. So let us begin these 20 questions. So these are 20 questions and very practical insights into startup. Okay, so yeah. See, these are 20 questions you need to ask yourself if you are entering into a business venture, or if you are starting a business venture. What are you going to call your business? The first question is, what are you going to call your business? Now you will say that, ma'am, it's simple. I have decided a very cool name for my business, and that is what I'm going to call my business. Now, the name to your business, call your business means the name, which is the first identity of your business. The name of your business must be close to your business idea. That's all right. Okay, it must be close. Like my startup has Astral Education Limited. It is into education. Astral is coming from stars. We consider knowledge divine. So we have, so astral, it is close to my business idea. So your name is close, need to be close to your business idea. So you decide that, okay, I have developed a very cool name for my startup. Now, is that enough? No, that's not enough. You have your cool domain name for your business, but have you checked whether it is available to you? Because you can't start your business with the name unless that name is available to you. You have the you need to just Google name availability on to register a company. You will see that, and put your name, cool name, and if it is already taken by other person, you can't start your business with that. So there is a procedure to it. This is practical knowledge. If you decide that you want to call your business with a particular name, you have to put that name into Google search engine and see whether it is available for you to start your company by that name. If it is available, well and good, bingo. If it is not available, you will have to think about alternative names. So it's not that easy. You decide and the company is formed. So this knowledge you need to have. Are you going to have partners in business? Okay. Now there are different pros and cons of having partners in a business. Could you shed some light on what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Yes, please. Okay, sorry. Okay, the chart. Yes, you can put it in chat. I have opened the chat also, and you can unmute yourself and tell me what are the advantages first of having partners. Yes? This is a very simple question. Okay. All right. Yes, correct, Mamta. Yes. It's to get the capital investment that you are needing. You have little amount of money and you need more amount of money. You can have partners who could invest in your business. Yes. Yes, of course, to share the risk. Risk is shared between partners. So that's correct. Shared workload. Yes, absolutely right. Workload is also shared. Yes. Experts. Yes. Hiring expertise. To have partners is to bring different expertise onto the table. So that's correct. Harshal, yeah, absolutely right. Brilliant students. These are the advantages. First advantage is investment. A partner who comes with an investment will definitely work for the success of that organization. So that is another advantage. People who invest money definitely work for the growth of that company. So investment is important for both the reasons, working as well as the capital that you are requiring. Risks, you see, every business has a risk. It will work, it will not work. So the risk is also shared between the partners. Then diversification, expertise. All right. These are the advantages, and what are the disadvantages then? Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, yes, sharing profit ratio. All right. You consider it as disadvantage. If they invest money, they will share the profit also. Okay. So that's not a disadvantage. Yes. Anything else? Instability partnership may dissolve if the partner die. Yes. Conflict of opinions. Correct. Yes. Well, all the answers that you have given hint at a risk in having partners. Definitely, there is a risk. Suppose a person is investing, would like to have more share, as Sejal has said, sharing profit ratio. Now, if your partner's investment is more or even less, they demand more profit ratio. So that could be a disadvantage. But if it is fair, then it is not a disadvantage. And then instability, there is instability. Some partners may fall out due to conflict of opinions, as Adesh had said, and as Adit had said, that partners may die also. This is also possible. And but there is a fallout in conflicting opinions. There is greed, which is again a very important element that plays a vital role in falling out of partnership, and sometimes in a in startups, when people bring their expertise but don't bring their money, again puts a burden on that particular founder of the startup to do all the work. In this case, if you need partners, whether they bring money or bring expertise, you need to have a watertight agreement, a contract between the partners, so that, and remember, if you are a founder, be a significant partner in that particular company. That is my advice to you. Once you are a significant partner, you have the right to remove or add any partner. You invite partners because they bring expertise, they bring money, they share risk, they share they help you in diversifying. So it depends on what kind of business you are embarking on and what kind of partners do you want. So I'll tell you, I'll give you a case study again of my startup, because I have experienced, I developed this idea of business while doing my PhD in Queen's University, Belfast. So I had a couple of friends with whom I shared that idea. Initially, they were reluctant. People are reluctant to even think about business, but later on they got interested and they said that we would like to be a part of your business idea. So I had invited them. What happens in enthusiasm? Initially, you try to distribute the shares equally among the partners, because you think that it is fair and it is just, but it's not like that. So what I did wisely, I did not know whether they will work for the growth of my company or not. So I have given them 20% shares each, and I retained 60% of the shares in my Astral Education Limited, which is actually partners are by shareholding. So 60% means I become the significant partner in that, a significant person in that company. So what I did, when I found that they are doing nothing for the growth of my company, they just want to be there because it is glamorous to be on a international startup. That doesn't work that way. Even though they are my friends, I told them, in 10 days I want you to give me orders of contract, otherwise I have to remove you. So I have removed them. Keep this in mind, that partnership is not about having a person who doesn't work. They should be of use in some way or the other. If they are sleeping partners but have invested money in your business, very good. If they are not investing money but they are working alongside with you, very good. But make sure that at least something is at stake on the partner's side also. Okay. So again, let me. Okay. What is the type of entity you want to form? Now, in India, my question to you, in India, what type of companies you can form? Sorry. Yes, put it in chart again. What type of companies? You can Google and find out, it's not a big deal, it's not a rocket science. Yes. What type of companies? The basic is what? Proprietorship, where there is a sole person who starts a small business idea and puts it into business. He's a sole proprietorship. Yes. Hindu undivided family business, private limited company. Yes. Private limited, LLP, limited liability partnership, a public limited company. So proprietorship, you have family business, you have private limited company wherein directors are shareholders, and then you have limited liability partnership wherein the risk factor is very low and you can start your company under LLP, limited liability partnership. So what type of entity you want also, you will have to think. These are all practical sides of starting your business idea. The name, are you going to have partners, what type of entity you want to form, and then for that type of entity, what do you need, what are the requirements? You need to do a thorough study. What is your money situation? This is very critical, to start any business. Even a startup in a service sector like mine needed some capital to develop website, to have the logo designed and registered, to have certain things like account keeping, bookkeeping people and all those things, and developing digital flyers, designing them, and all designers I required. It's a small amount of money that are required, but it's still money, to start any idea. And the world is dynamic now. Social media presence. Your business need to have a social media presence. For that, you have to shell out certain money. There is social media advertisements like Google ads, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Snapchat and Telegram and all these types of channels which you identify with, so depending on the customer base. So you need to understand what is your money situation. You have to draw out a plan, like, do you have enough money for website, for social media ad, for the capital required for the type of company you are formulating it, whether it is software development, whether it is a unique shop, selling certain unique products, or it is like business like Zomato, Swiggy, and Zepto and whatnot, Blinkit and all that, like app which caters to the unique idea, whatever. These are the examples. For that, you require different amount of money. So you need to understand what is your money situation. And this is connected to then, are you going to have partners? If you have enough money, well and good. You can even borrow, you can present your idea to capital invest venture capital investors and all that, and you can get money, seed funding for your business. But then you will have to give a lot of thought to it. Then, yes, what is your time situation? If you are doing a 9 to 5 job and if you want to run your company, it definitely takes some toll on your business, and what is the amount of time that you can devote to your business? That also is required. Entrepreneurship is not 9 to 5. It could be 2 hours a day, or it could be 24 hours a day. You can't be sure of the time requirement for your business, for your startup. For time is also part of startup ecosystem. So I don't know whether the amount of time that is required, you will have it or not. Think about that, whether you can devote that much of time to your business. So time situation is important. Do you have access to capital? This is what is your money situation and access to capital. Access to capital is, do you have access to the people who are funding innovative ideas? Do you have access to the organizations, like, certain banks are given rights to fund startups? So that is also access to capital. So do you have that access to capital? You will have to think about it. These are all answer to these questions are actually developing your idea into a scalable, doable startup plan, which forms the startup ecosystem around it, which is part of people like your partners, your mentors, your experts. Then money, that is capital, your partners bring it, the government brings it through its seed funding and startup support systems. Or you can present your startup plan in an event like Shark Tank, or kind of business events wherein you get it sponsored or supported by the venture capital investors. So these things you will have to consider while embarking on a journey of a startup. Then, do you know your customer? This is really important. Do you know your customer? Who are your customers? Now let me ask you a question. Who are the customers in an educational institutions?
Students,
Students,
Are they customers or
parent,
consumers?
parents,
Parents, yes. Parents are the customers who pay your fee, and you are consumers. So this is what you need to understand, who really are your customers. If you are developing, because nowadays everybody talks about IT, IT, IT. So let me give you an example from IT. If you are developing a company that is into systems or software development, who will be your customers? Yes.
the companies who need website or softwares.
Yes, exactly. The companies that need your product. So it is B2B, right? Business to business. It's
Yeah.
not B2C. Yeah, correct. Siddhi, you are right. So companies, organizations that require. Now, for a salon, who are your customers?
The people who want to get the things
Yes.
done.
Yes. People who they are the people, they come from all strata of society. So you need to understand who are going to be your customers. That is really important. Understand your customers, then understand the demographics of your customers. For a software company, you need to understand the demographics of the companies you are eyeing to have business with. What type of product you are developing, and that kind of product, which companies require, and where they are located, and how you can provide your services to them. In the same way, salon, people come, right? The age group, the locality in which you are going to have your salon, then the economical and social status of your customers, so that you can develop accordingly your salon. So this is really important to understand your customer, because then after you understand your customer, you understand their needs. And after you understand their needs, you understand, where am I going to position my kind of service or my kind of product. it gives you a better insight into where the demand is or what people really want and they are not getting it in a adequate way. So this is really important. What is your skill? Skill is also important. What is your skill? I told you that you cannot do everything in your business venture. You don't have enough skill set to do. So what is your skill? Are you a very good innovator? Then invest your energies into innovation, like Steve Jobs and his partner invested their energies into innovation for Apple product. Apple product is number one in the market. You are all aware of that. Any Apple product is number one in the market. Why? Because of its innovation. Apple is the first company that actually used user experience and user interface, that which we now know as UI UX or UX UI. They are the first persons to use it, and they monopolized the market. Now everybody has understood and everybody is using it, but they still prevail with their innovation. So if your strong point is innovation, invest your energies into innovation. You might be a good marketing person, so develop marketing strategies. Develop marketing strategies, do comprehensive market research that contributes to the startup ecosystem. If your skill is a salesperson, you are a good seller. You can sell sand to the Arabs and coal to the Newcastle person. Salespeople rule the world. Remember this. And this I am saying for actually pinpointing the excellent salespeople. I'm not referring to salesperson in a derogatory way. Let me tell you, those who sell door to door and all that. Sales is a different ball game altogether, and people who are good at sales actually are ruling the world. So if you have that skill, the skill of selling your business, well and good. If you have insight into bringing up something that is different than, it's not innovation, but understanding your competitors better and tackling those competitors either by collaborating with them or literally overcoming them with your ideas. So skills are important. What kind of skills do you have? You have to do your SWOT analysis. So these are really important factors. These actually help you in developing your business plan. So I have formulated them in questions. So what is your skill? Now let us do, let's have some practical in this lecture. And okay, I'll open the chat. Let me know what are have you understood your strong points at some point of time? Just put it in chat what your expertise are. Yes. Come on, don't shy away. Very good. Communication is required for anything that you do. Very good, Siddhi. Yes. Any other person who would like to talk about communication? Or no, sorry, about the expertise or the skills they have? Yes. Come on, guys. I'm sure you have skills. Just talk about your skills. Are you with me or sleeping? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, digital oriented. That's great. Multitasking. That's wonderful. And problem solving ability. This is really good. Convincing power. Okay. good convincing power, which means you are a good salesperson, Ruchita. This is really required. And multitasking is a good skill. Problem solving, yes, of course, because you encounter a lot of problems while developing your startup ecosystem. So if you have that ability, crisis management, change management, all these are the skill sets that are required. So my dear students, go on developing your skills. That is all I would. Okay, now as we know that a person who has the character of taking risks, only that person can start any business idea or venture. You will see that all successful business ventures, the entrepreneur or the founder has the risk taking ability. Now this risk is, the first risk is, you may lose everything. The first risk is, what is the worst thing that can happen? You can lose everything in business, right? You will lose everything. Now, it is wise to invest accordingly, that you have certain thing remaining. Don't put everything into your business. So always remember that you will, while developing an idea, you need to think what worst can happen. Then what is my backup plan? If something, suppose you start a business, you have technical expertise, like someone of you said that you are a digital oriented person, and you have expertise in digital things, or you are a tech savvy person. So you have developed certain skills in that and you wanted to develop your business. Now it doesn't work. You can go back to your skill set, take up employment. That should be your backup plan, right? So you need to have your backup plan, because there is a certain amount of risk involved in a business. So what you have to think backwards, what worst can happen? Okay, this idea will not work. That is the worst thing, which means you lose out, right? What is my backup plan? So you should have certain skill set, you should have certain things ready where you can go back to. Never feel disheartened. One plan failed doesn't mean that you don't have entrepreneurial spirit that is well rewarded in organizations. Then you have to understand who are your competitors. Now, in this way, let me tell you about let me give you a case. Suppose you want to develop an idea into a food business, like the apps like Zomato, Swiggy, Uber Eat, Just Eat, or Eat Well, or all sorts of eateries. Your competitors, you are developing, your competitor is Zomato, Swiggy, and all these apps which have market share in a significant market share in food business, right? So if you want to develop or enter into a similar, because there is huge market available, let me tell you, that's the reason why there are a lot of players entering into these markets. Ola has also entered, I heard latest, they have also entered into this. So which means that there is a scope for you to develop. Now, how are you going to deal with these competitors? I want you to give it some thought. I'll give you 5 minutes, and then you tell me, how are you going to deal with it? I want your answers. Let me see how innovative you are, or how different. Bring in wacky ideas also. They are welcome. So 5 minutes for you. Think, and then just write in the chat or unmute yourself and tell me. Yeah.
Quality and quantity both are important, and basic hygiene is also important.
But they are giving quality, quantity, right? Quantity is the same, and quality
Qua-
you are liaising with restaurants.
Yes.
Yeah. So what different can you do?
If I start a food delivery app, what I'll do? Now there is some service charge which is charged on hotels, on the restaurants which are serving food. So maybe
Mhm.
I'll keep zero charges over there. So from because there are zero charges, everybody around the city they will get in touch with my application. And only the delivery charges, that is something I'll focus on. So people will have huge like list of restaurants, their favorite, maybe Nukkad Ki Chai,
Mhm.
maybe the Vada Pav guy, and they will have the
Mhm.
huge list to order from, and they can order. As you can
Okay.
see now on Zomato, you will not get everybody because there are the service charges, and hotels are not ready to pay those.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good strategy. Yes. Any other strategy you can think about? Yes. Do you know that there is a government uh, directive or some organizations with them? If you align, if you align, this is actually into food industry. If you align, you get more restaurants and you get them at reduced price. So if Zomato is charging, let's say for Pizza Express, for example, 575 for a 12-inch pizza, that includes, gold, Zomato Gold delivery and all that. If you align with this particular, I I forgot the name, I'm sorry, but I will definitely get back to you with that, later on also in the flow of my thoughts. I literally forgot, but I know what is the provision. You register yourself with them, and the same restaurant, you can give the pizza at almost 20 to 30% discount. You don't have to even do the service charge and all that. So have certain strategies like that in mind. So Siddhi, you are right. Your thinking is original. Kudos to you, because you have, yes, 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 Omkar, yes, Omkar, you wanted to say something?
No, ma'am, no.
No, okay. So, there are several. There is another strategy also. You see, you don't have to really, what I can say, really go after the competition uh, to scuttle it or to, overcome it. Today's in today's era, let me tell you that there are no individual success stories. There are group success stories. And today's era is the era of collaboration. So you can turn your competitors into your collaborators, and together you can grow. So think about those things, like for example, you wanted to have, let's say, wanted to develop English communication, for example, English communication, because this is really important to get you job and get you, after you get a job, you get economic empowerment, and you get automatically social status. So you can logically connect that English communication is important. Now you want to develop in the English communication. What are you going to do? British Council is also into that. They are running certain programs, but they are concentrated in the urban areas of India. You can collaborate with them and tell them that we can take you to the rural areas, but with our collaboration, not because they don't have reach. I mean, I'm giving you just the example. How you can turn your competitors. British Council is your competitor, but you don't have to fight British Council because it is a big multinational organization. You don't have to fight with them and overcome them, and then a lot of energy is invested into that. Tell them we can develop this together. We can go to the rural areas where you have no reach, but I bring that advantage. So it could be a collaborations of the sort. So think about not just scuttling competitors, but collaborating with the competitors also. Network, now this is really important. Network is net worth. Nowadays, you cannot think of starting your business unless you have a good network with you. Without network, no idea today works. So you need to have network. So attend, where do you get network? Attend business trade events. Go and attend, certain seminars, workshops in MCCIA, Chamber of Commerce, Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce, in Senapati Bapat Road. They also have certain events, and there you can get mentors. There you can get people who can connect you to different businesses. So this is really important. To have network is to have net worth. Your network is your net worth. So consciously, you must start developing your network. My first business, my first order in my business, I got through network. So I can easily say that without network, you can't really get your business going. So right from now, you need to start your network. Okay, so let's move on to next. Yes. So these questions are connected to networks that you can leverage, So what are the industry events relevant to your industry? So you have to think about what are the events, that are relevant. Go attend some seminars, go attend some conferences in different hotels that are organized that are related to your business. So you need to understand that, there are several organizations, several industries that run workshops on developing business ideas. So see what is relevant to your business idea. That is how you can develop your network. Where do you find mentors? So that is where you find mentors, when you attend industry events, that when you get in touch with industry people, when you get in touch with entrepreneurs, that is where you find mentors. There are people who help you in developing your intellectual idea and get you patent. So they are also your mentors. So where do you find mentors? You find mentors everywhere. You just have to have open mind and open eyes to see that this person can mentor me. So what does success look like to you? Yes. Now this is a question to you, because I cannot tell you what. It is very subjective, right? Success for me is success, is not success for you. So what success feels like? Yes. What success looks like to you? Look like to you? Yeah.
Getting a like 15 LPA job right now is success for me.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Yes. Anybody else? Yes. What success looks like? Come on, guys. Put something in chat. I would like to know you better. Okay, let me give you example. Again, I'll go to Dhirubhai Ambani. For him, success was in making his company the biggest company in India, right? So until then, he didn't think himself successful, right? So success is a subjective term. You never know what how do you feel successful? So decide what success look like in a business idea. For a person who is embarking on the startup journey, who is entrepreneur in the making, the success for that person, ultimate success for that person is putting idea, shaping the idea that translates into business. So that is ultimate success. And then you can go on developing, you can have your goals of success later on. It's a subjective term, so you have to decide, what does copyright mean to you? Now see what happens. We go on Google, we click images, we pick up any image and put it, use it. There are a lot of designers, they need to think twice before getting any image and putting it into their design. It's not that easy. Images, your literature, informative flyer, I mean to say, the literature on it is copyrighted. Your logo, Matrix logo is also copyrighted. You cannot use it for anything, any purpose. You can't do that. It's a legal offense, right? So logo of organizations are copyrighted, images are copyrighted. You have to be very conscious about copyright. You want to get yourself sued for crores of rupees? Definitely not, right? So you need to understand the copyright laws, not just to protect yourself or your organization, but also not getting into trouble. So this is really important. Keep that in mind while you start your business. Your logo also is copyrighted. It needs to be copyrighted so that others do not copy it. In the same way, you cannot copy or paste or use the images that are copyrighted by others. So keep that in mind. Are they created originally, or are you using somebody else's? Then if they are copyrighted or not. If they are not copyrighted, you can use them. But if they are copyrighted, you cannot use them. Keep that in mind. Okay? Oh, sorry. All right. So what does patent mean to you? The patent is actually, what is patent? Tell me. Yes.
Patent is when someone has created it, like someone has created any product and it is unique to the world, so they get it patent, so that if someone else want to create it again, they need to pay this royalty to this person who has first created in the world.
Yes, correct. So it is creation of originality. It's new, it has not been done anywhere. It has to be a new original idea or a product or a formula or a code, whatever it is. It has to be original. It has never been used before. And then you can apply for intellectual property right on that particular product, idea, code, whatever it is, and you can protect it by that law. And then you can have business leverage on that. You can sell this to various people, organizations, and make profit on that. So that is patent. Correct, Siddhi. And why are you going into business? That we have answered in the first half of the session itself, that some people go for profit. Everybody goes for profit, but for some it is a sense of achievement, for some it is a sense of independence, for some it is a social cause. There are different things. So what is your motivation? What is your inner voice? Why are you going into business? You need to understand that also. Well, unified management solution means what? Unified management solution, this term. Yes? Oh, sorry. Uh, yes. What is unified management solution? What is unified management? Management operations unified. Yes, put it
Yeah.
in chart.
Uh,
Yes.
keep like a workforce in alignment in order to get the deliverables completed.
Yes, correct, Vaibhav. That's absolutely correct. Means all management operations are unified into a cohesive goal. That's absolutely right. So is there any unified management solution for your business? Do you require it? Then how are you going to achieve it? You have to give it a thought as well. And all this constitutes your startup plan. All this constitutes the startup ecosystem you want to develop by integrating people, resources, and all that. So these question answers, are a practical insights into developing your startup idea, or these are the practical insights into developing your startup ecosystem. So is it required for your business? So yes, it is required for any business. So how are you going to achieve it? How are you going to integrate? How are you going to unify it? You will have to think about it and do it. What is your core competence? I talked about this, in the skills segment. What is your core competence? What type of person are you? Invest your energies accordingly. So these are actually the 20 questions and the answers that we got through you as well as through me. We learned from each other, and we know now what we need to think when we embark on a journey of startup, and when we think about developing the startup ecosystem. All these 20 questions, if you integrate them and write answers and then make a cohesive unit in order, you would have done all your startup plan, and you would have identified the people, resources that support your innovative ideas, that is startup ecosystem. I hope this question answer method is appealing to you rather than a theoretical theory, sort of delivery. I hope this is, because I have decided it. I have not got into your needs literally. I should have done, but time doesn't permit us to devote a lot of time in understanding the needs. So let me know if this worked out well for you. If you have any doubts, let me know, because then we will talk about the sources of innovation. Yes.
This works, ma'am.
This works? Okay.
Yeah.
This is all I could achieve in online mode of delivery. But, face to face, it would have been slightly different. But, I tried to be more practical rather than theoretical, even though I spoke a lot. I, I completely agree. Now, innovation, we talked about innovation. In patent, innovation is a new idea that translates into something bigger, something better, something that shapes the new world. So let us talk about now the sources of innovation. Yeah, you can see it, right? This image is not copyrighted. I got it from Google, okay? But I have seen that this is not copyrighted, so I used it in my PowerPoint. All right? So this is really important. So there are internal sources and there are external sources of innovation. An unexpected happening. Yes, I call it accidental discovery. Can you tell me the example of accidental discovery?
Gravity.
Hmm?
Gravity.
Yes. Oh, yes. The apple fell, and Newton's antenna got sparked up, and then the theory of gravity. Another example I would like to give you, the discovery of antibiotic drug, that is penicillin, also is an accident. The physician was trying to develop different thing, but he ended up discovering penicillin, which has now changed the healthcare industry drastically. The discovery of penicillin was also an accident. Gravity, also an accident. So unexpected happening or accidents happening can give rise to path-breaking, innovation that has shaped the world or shaped the industry in totality. So that is a source of innovation, unexpected happening. You really don't want to do that. The discovery of America, also a sort of innovation. This Columbus wanted to find out a new route to come to Bharat, Instead of that, he ended up discovering America. So, this is not innovation, but you can say it can be innovation, because the road from Europe to Asia was blocked by the Turkish, who got hold of Istanbul, which was known as Constantinople in the history. They blocked the road, and therefore there was a need of finding new routes to reach different places for trade, for business, was felt by these sailors, and they embarked on a new journey. It is innovation, because they started discovering new routes. It's a new discovery. It's unexpected happening. They got lost, they ended up discovering entirely new places. This is unexpected happening. A need for improvement in a process, don't you think so? When we talk about operations management, dear students, when we think about evolution of operations management, in ancient time, operations were done differently, right? It was very, very customized in a very small scale cottage industries. We know procurement of raw material, processing it, and developing. We were those geography books who tell us that we are agricultural society are forgetting easily, conveniently, that we became agricultural societies by the colonial rule and not by ourselves. We led the world's GDP for 1,000 years without attacking anyone, which indicates that we were an industrial society. We had trade relationships with all the world, right? All the world. Our route was known as Silk Route. We used to produce silk, the clothes and all that. The world was raving over our silk products. At one point of time, we had 34% of GDP share, world GDP share, for 1,000 years. So we were an industrial society. We were reduced to agriculture. Yes? 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 Is there any doubt or any comment you want to make? Yes, Siddhi? Go ahead.
No, somebody was just unmuted and you just heard the background.
Okay, not a problem, not a problem. I thought you wanted to share something. Not a problem at all. So, that time operations used to be very, very small scale, in a cottage format. So there are 10 customers from Europe, and they want the muslin, or, the Dhaka Malmal, which was very famous. So it was very customized. So procuring raw material was a limited quantity. They have a set process, which is not. But then with the industrial revolution, they felt the need of improving processes. Then, different concepts got developed in operations management, total quality management, then you have the Kaizen concept, you have the Six Sigma, you have so many concepts. These are need in the improvement in a process. You know, when I was a student, conventional lecture method used to be very popular. Teachers used to come in the class, engineering, they used to write something on the board, they used to tell something, we used to get running notes, we used to memorize them right in the examination. Nowadays, it doesn't work. Does it work? No, it doesn't work. Engagement is required at the highest level because your attention span is not more than 10 minutes now. So the conventional method doesn't work. So there is innovation in education pedagogies. Student engagement, learning outcomes, participative learning and case-based learning, problem-based learning, simulations, role plays, and whatnot have come into being because there is a need of improvement in the process. These are the examples I'm giving you, and the need is the mother of invention. We know all that, right? So that is one of the examples how innovation happens. Then an incongruity. What is incongruity? Yes? What is incongruity? Incongruous. Yes? Come on, tell me, guys. Yes? What is incongruous? Something doesn't match, something which is very different, and you are trying to patch it up. There is a need to patch those two incongruous ideas. You need to develop certain innovative way of connecting them together. Some incongruity is there, and you have to innovate in reducing that incongruity and connect those ideas. Like Tesla, for example, Elon Musk, he actually works on this disrupting innovation. He finds incongruity in the way it functions, and he develops products accordingly. There was incongruity. A vehicle runs on energy. Energy is produced. Nobody knew that electrical vehicles would run, but he developed that, disrupted that, and developed some incongruity and used different type of electricity. It's the incongruity also is a source of innovation. You want to reduce that incongruity. You see the business in that, you see the innovation in that, and try to do it. Then changes in the industry structure. Change is also mother of innovative ideas. Something has changed. I told you, education system has changed. So innovation is required. You have to change the industry structure. I'll again tell you, how Reliance entered into telecom business. If you understand this, that changed their industry structure totally. Anil Ambani was sent to Australia for some education, and he came back flaunting one big mobile phone, and he was flaunting it because it was not there in India. So Dhirubhai Ambani, his innovative mind, business mind sparkled, and he said that, okay, what is that? And Anil Ambani explained to him that this is, you can speak to anybody, you don't require wire, it's wireless communication and all that. So Dhirubhai Ambani went to a coconut merchant, Shahale, tender coconut, and he asked, how long do you sit here? So he said that morning to evening I have to sit. Okay, if you want to go for a bio call, or if you want to go for certain, you want to eat, you want to go for a bio call, how do you do then? Then I tell the shopkeeper to look after my shop, a small shop, and I go for my bio calls or food or anything. And food I eat here. So if you are allowed to go out, or if you are allowed to get business sitting here, how much do you spend? And in this way, talking to a common person, understanding what the needs are and how it can make difference, Dhirubhai Ambani launched his telecom business. He wanted to change. He wanted to diversify. So he launched this by asking, so if you want to change the industry structure, you have to bring in innovation. You can't change industry structure by not bringing in new ideas to it. So these are internal sources of innovation. External sources are demographic trends. How demographic trends are important for business? Yes? Yeah? How
Whatever the
demographic
services
trends
that you are
are
providing
important
should
for
be gender
business?
specific or age specific. So the audience that you target to sell the product
Yes,
is
correct.
crucial.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. Demographic trends are really important. Like you are developing, let's say, for example, you are developing adult diapers, for old age people. Will you post the order on Instagram or Facebook? Yes,
Facebook.
correct. So demographic trends, if they are changing, if they are changing, demographics change, then you bring in new ideas to cater to these graphic changes. So this external source of innovation, changes in perceptions and meanings. Yes. Do you know generation gap? You and I have a huge generation gap, right? So the way I perceive changes, the way I perceive, I have my perceptions develop are in essentially different from your perceptions, right? You perceive things differently. Nowadays, I mean, a lot of people, call names to Gen Z that are call names that they are very casual, they are not paying attention, they are really careless, they are a nightmare of employers. All sorts of things are talked about Gen Z, but they conveniently ignore that Gen Zs do not shy away from competitions. They can think. They don't shy away from competition. They can think, they can ask questions, so this is good quality, changes in perception and meanings. So I, as a teacher, should not be critical, even though I'm not Gen Z and you are Gen Z. I shouldn't be critical of you and actually use your lingo, hi bro, or something like that, that appeals to you in a face-to-face classroom. That doesn't mean that you should not use, or it is beneath you to talk the Gen Z language. It's not like that. So there are changes in perceptions and meanings. You perceive thing world differently than we perceive thing world differently. So that is also innovation. I have to innovate to be relevant with you, Same way, businesses have to be innovative enough to be relevant to the changing perceptions. So that is also external innovation, source of innovation. And new knowledge, any new knowledge you get becomes innovation, So these are the sources of innovation. So your business idea that you feel is brilliant, where it fits into internal innovation or external innovation, how innovative it is and to what it caters to, you will have to think. It is a thought-provoking model of sources of innovation. So, I think I have covered what was given to me, a startup ecosystem and innovation, sources of innovation, one must know, and then that only provokes them to innovate. That is what I believe. Unless you know the source, you can't innovate. So where you stand, uh, that is what is required in this today's world. And let me tell you, it is always better to be an employer than an employee. So if you have brilliant ideas, don't suppress them, bring them out. You are born in a era where everything is in favor of you. The government, the people around you, your teachers, your mentors are in favor of supporting your brilliant ideas, giving you, facilitating seed funding, giving you space to work in. A lot of universities, I'm sure your institution also has entrepreneurship, innovation, and incubation center, wherein they have made certain provisions. At my university also we have, at your institution, every institution is really focusing on this. So my appeal to you is, be cool and glamorous, guys, because it is cool and glamorous to be an employer rather than an employee. So here I end my session today, and I open the platform for questions and answers. If you have any, shoot any question to me and I'll be able to answer that question. Yes, I'll stop sharing now and let us have the questions and answers. Ask your questions, ask your doubts, feel free to speak. Yes. You can ask in chat, you can unmute yourself and ask.
The
Yes.
concept of incongruous, I would like
Uh-huh.
to a deep dive into it.
Okay, incongruity. All right. All right. By giving examples, I can easily, first understand that incongruity is a really, what you can say, how will I put it? Sort mismatch, it's a mismatch between what is and what it should be, Siddhi. What it is and what it should be is the incongruity. Are you getting? All right. What is expected to be, what it is and what it should be, what it expects to be, creating opportunities for new solutions. So this could be a gap. This could be a gap that can manifest as customers' dissatisfaction or internal processes inefficiencies, or you can say it is a market need. You know what market is and what market is expected to be. There is a gap. Gap means incongruity, a market need that needs to be being met, or you can say, you know, like for example, the best example can it be a Airbnb. Have you heard of Airbnb? Yes, Mansi, Airbnb is very well known. It is incongruity actually, because there was a gap. There are hotels, there are cheap hotels also, and there are mid-segment hotels and five-star hotels. But people wanted to have a relaxed, clean atmosphere where they can have their own meals, or they can have a group living and all that, which the hotels at that time were not catering to. Like for example, there was an incongruity between what market needed at that time and what market was at that time. There were hotels but not houses open to the tourist, you know. So Airbnb is actually the perfect example of filling the gap between these two, you know, what market is and what market should be. There was a gap. People wanted, customers had different needs. They wanted to go on a group, they wanted to relax, they want to have all sorts of things that they wish to do, and including kitchen and relaxed way of spending their vacation. So the market was different. The market had only hotels, one room, and then, you know, you have to go, there are different charges for breakfast, there are different charges for meals and all that. This particular what market is and what market is expected to be, Airbnb has filled that gap. So I hope it is clear to you now. Yes or no? Or do you need more explanation into that? Yeah? Yes? Is it clear, or do you have some more questions to it? Yeah? I gave you example of Tesla that, you know, environmental concerns. You know, there is a lot of talk about Tesla. I mentioned and did not explain in a greater way. Like I explained, Airbnb, Tesla also. See, sustainable development goals of the United Nations, and every organization, commercial, industrial, or educational, is now talking about sustainable goals, sustainable energy, sustainable this, sustainable that. You know, so there was an incongruity between what market was diesel and petrol, you know, environmental. It is not environment. These are perishable resources, and there was a big usage of, he disrupted that and expected market to be. So he developed electrical vehicles, and electricity can be generated by through sun, through water, through nuclear and all that, you know. So you know, he actually, Tesla is the example of what market is and what market expected to be. There is a mismatch between these two, and Tesla is the innovation. Are you getting my point now? Yes? Who asked this question? Is it Srishti or Mansi? Yeah? Is it clear to you? Or do you want me to dive further deep into it? Yeah? Yes? Come on. Let me know. Is it clear to you? I hope it is clear. Yes. Any other question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. If there are no questions, shall we end, sir? Aniket, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your inspiring talk on innovation, startup, and ecosystem.
Thank you, sir.
So
It's a pleasure.
on behalf of Matrix Management of Management Studies, I want to extend our sincere gratitude for your invaluable contribution as a guest speaker on the topic innovation, startup, and ecosystem. Your insights were enlightening and providing our students with a fresh perspective on the importance of innovation and startup. So, ma'am, thank you once again for sharing your expertise and for making our event a memorable and impactful experience. We look forward to the opportunity to collaborate with you again in the future.
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure to interact with the students, and thank you all. Thank you all the management of your institution as well as the students for their patient listening and participation. It was a delightful experience. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shall I leave the meeting now?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All the students, please stay. Everyone have to give the feedback. Without feedback, don't leave the. Huh? And attendance also mandatory for the all these sessions. If I found in feedback, you didn't give the feedback, so it's totally absent for this session.